Roman Reigns is the 2026 Royal Rumble winner, the best and worst of WWE SmackDown. LA Knight made a big mistake kneeling to Triple H. Multiple Saudi Arabia premium live events planned. The real reasons why Triple H took the WWE Tag Team Titles off the Wyatt Sicks, Seth Rollins' true feelings on the Vision after getting kicked out, and much, much more, starting with the best and worst of WWE SmackDown. The latest episode of SmackDown emanated from the Bell Center in Montreal, Canada, and it was the go-home show for Saturday night's main event. The show was filled with several blockbuster matches and segments with major implications. Besides, it played a major role in building up the feuds and storylines for Royal Rumble, as the spectacle is around the corner. WWE's creative head, Triple H, has been on fans' radar lately due to the quality of the shows. While this week's Friday Night SmackDown wasn't a five-star show, the game still managed to put together some great things. From a major title change to booking a high-profile match for Saturday night's main event, there were some noteworthy moments on the show. Number 1, the best. Randy Orton having the last laugh on SmackDown before the Fatal 4-Way. Randy Orton is set to compete in a high-stakes number 1 contender Fatal 4-Way match against Damian Priest, Sami Zayn, and Trick Williams at Saturday night's main event. However, a lot of fans have been dubious about his chances of winning at SNME due to his current booking. Well, Triple H took that into notice and gave Orton a major outing on this week's SmackDown. The Viper hit 2 back-to-back RKOs last night on his SNME opponents, one on Trick Williams and the other on Sami Zayn, to make a bold statement. Letting Randy Orton have the last laugh was a great decision, as this was pretty much needed to make him look like a huge favorite. Orton now poses a real threat in the multi-person match at Saturday night's main event. Number 2. The worst. Jade Cargill competes but doesn't defend her title. Jade Cargill can exude all the confidence in the world, but the fact still remains that she hasn't defended her WWE Women's title once since winning it. It's not a championship until it is defended. Until that time, it's just an oversized accessory to brag about. She faced Chelsea Green on SmackDown, with Jordynne Grace joining the Secret Service for one night. The Storm won yet again, and Grace challenged her to defend the title at some point. Cargill declined and walked away. Number 3. The best. Booking AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for SNME. One of the biggest things that happened this week on SmackDown was AJ Styles' return to the blue brand. WWE used his presence on the show to make a blockbuster match official for Saturday night's main event. The phenomenal one is set to face Shinsuke Nakamura at the Peacock streaming special, and this is perhaps the last time the two legends ever collide. Booking this match at a time when Styles' retirement is looming on the horizon was a great move. This will give fans an incredible opportunity to witness the two icons go head-to-head in a friendly encounter. Besides, the addition of this match to the card adds more star power to Saturday night's main event, raising fans' excitement to another level. Number 4. The worst. Roman Reigns declares for the Royal Rumble by not appearing in person. Several WWE stars officially declared for the Royal Rumble on last week's SmackDown and this week's Raw. Cody Rhodes did so in a fiery promo after losing the undisputed WWE title. Liv Morgan, Jey Uso, Rhea Ripley, and many others followed suit on Raw. Instead of appearing live or sending a pre-taped message declaring his intent, WWE instead aired a video package of Roman Reigns. The message was that he declared for the Rumble, but officials made the announcement for him. If he appeared and gave the news himself, it would have been different. Number 5. The best. MFT winning the WWE Tag Team Championship. This week on SmackDown, fans witnessed a massive title change that shook the tag team division. Following weeks of turmoil, the MFT defeated the Wyatt Sicks to capture the WWE Tag Team Championship. This was arguably the right call by Triple H due to several reasons. Ever since the Wyatts won the tag titles, they have held them hostage. Things became quite stagnant on SmackDown, and there was a need for change. Therefore, Solo Sikoa and company capturing the WWE Tag Team Championship this week was the best decision. Besides, the MFT was looking for a championship for quite some time, and having the title in their arsenal now will make the faction look more intimidating. Number 6. The worst. Jacob Fatu reveals who attacked him. Michael Cole sat down with Cody Rhodes for an interview, but it was interrupted by Jacob Fatu. The two rivals exchanged words and insults. Lost in the verbal melee was Fatu claiming that Drew McIntyre was the one who kicked him in the teeth. Before the full reveal of the attack, everyone blamed the Scottish Warrior for the attack. It was never investigated, and it feels like the easiest and laziest possible choice for the perpetrator. They couldn't use it for a heel turn, to debut a new star, or to prop up a mid-carder. Maybe backstage officials are just terrible at investigating backstage attacks. This is a year after the nonsense and lack of news that came after Jade Cargill's attack. Number 7. The worst. Alexa Bliss gets pinned again on SmackDown. Because WWE has put a heavy spotlight on the women's tag team division, it has caused some disappointing treatment of a few former champions. The Kabuki Warriors lost nearly every match while champions. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair will probably face Rhea Ripley and Sky for the titles at WrestleMania, but bookers have buried Bliss in the interim. The former tag champs defeated Julia and Kiana James last week. The Frenemies lost a triple threat on SmackDown. Lash Legend hit her finisher on Bliss, but Flair speared Legend out of the ring. This left Kiana James open to pin Bliss for the win. Little Miss Bliss lost to Legend in December and to Julia a few weeks back. Flair beat Legend and wouldn't lose much by eating the pin, since she has 14 title wins. It's why Randy Orton can survive title match losses. Bliss hasn't won a singles title in over 7 years. LA Knight made a big mistake kneeling to Triple H. LA Knight was chewed out by Triple H after Money in the Bank 2025, and it was captured on WWE Unreal. An ex-WWE star thinks Knight made a big mistake and suggests his career could have been ruined. For those who didn't see it, WWE Unreal focused on the finish of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match last year, which was won by Seth Rollins. However, what most don't know is that the planned finish was a bit different. Rather than Rollins taking LA Knight out and ascending the ladder, the original finish, planned by Joseph Parks, an ex-TNA star and current WWE producer, was to see Rollins and Knight battle it out on top of the ladder for a dramatic finish. Knight took the blame for the finish going wrong, and everybody involved seemed furious. Backstage, Triple H told Knight off, visibly upset at the finish going differently, as it was meant to be a moment that set Knight on fire career-wise. That wasn't the case, and instead, he was chewed out and seemingly lost his push. Speaking on his YouTube channel, ex-WWE star Maven said that he didn't like LA Knight sitting lower than Triple H, as it indicated a sort of weakness. He hinted that, like him, Knight could have his career derailed. I don't like him getting lower than Hunter. I don't like him leaning down. Don't just give in by leaning down and going lower and letting Hunter talk almost down to you. Body language, man. What Hunter's telling him right now, he's not retaining a bit of the information. The reason I dislike it so much is that was me. That was me. And we all saw what happened to my career. LA Knight hasn't had the same push since then, although one can only hope that 2026 will present new opportunities for him. One thing is for sure, WWE officials were not happy about it. Joseph Parks, also known as Abyss, apologized to the game, but Triple H simply told him that he couldn't hold Knight's hands to the ring. Multiple Saudi Arabia premium live events planned. WWE is gearing up for a massive expansion in Saudi Arabia this year, and it could mean a serious revenue boost. According to a new report from Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, on January 23, 2026, WWE is planning to hold 3 premium live events in Saudi Arabia this year, a major shift following just one event in 2025. Because there was only one Saudi show last year, the plan is for 3 this year, Meltzer wrote, showing a return to WWE's pre-pandemic strategy and then some. WWE's partnership with the Saudi General Entertainment Authority began in 2018 and has typically included 2 massive shows per year, until the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted the schedule. In 2025, only Night of Champions took place in the kingdom, breaking from that 2-event tradition. Now, WWE appears to be making up for lost ground. With Royal Rumble set for January 31st, 2026, widely believed to be carrying a higher-than-usual site fee, and 2 more Saudi events on deck, the promotion is on pace for a blockbuster financial year. Between the no-doubt higher price for the Royal Rumble and 2 more shows, that should mean a significant increase for this year in company revenue and profits, Meltzer added. No dates have been officially confirmed for the remaining Saudi shows, but fans should expect announcements soon as WWE finalizes its global premium live event calendar. Do you think WWE's increased Saudi Arabia presence in 2026 will impact storylines or talent availability? What are your thoughts on the expanded deal? WWE announces the return of the Attitude Era. WWE has made a huge Attitude Era announcement. However, this announcement has a twist. The Attitude Era phase of the WWE is still widely talked about to this day. During this time, the company delivered a very edgy product that resulted in some of the most iconic moments in TV. The Attitude Era also produced some major stars like Triple H, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. This also helped the sports entertainment juggernaut beat WCW in the Monday Night Wars. It looks like the Stamford-based promotion is ready to bring back the Attitude Era with a twist. WWE announced the release of the latest 2 K26 video game. There is a special Attitude Era edition of the video game that has been announced. The video game cover features some major Attitude Era names like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Lita, The Rock, Trish Stratus, and many more. CM Punk is one of the biggest stars in professional wrestling. Few people possess the mic skills of the Second City Saint. It's no surprise that Punk has had an incredible year in the ring. He won the World Heavyweight Championship twice last year. Therefore, it shouldn't come as a surprise that Punk will feature heavily in the game. According to a report from Insider Gaming Network, the next 2K26 game will feature a CM Punk Showcase mode. This is some big news for the Second City Saints since Showcase mode is one of the big game modes in the 2K franchise. The straight-edge superstar will reportedly narrate his showcase. Players will be able to play some big matches from Punk's career, as well as come what-if bouts. It will be interesting to see what matches from CM Punk's career will be featured in the game. The real reasons why Triple H took the WWE Tag Team Titles off the Wyatt Sicks. Tonight's go-home edition of WWE Friday Night SmackDown, ahead of Saturday night's main event 43, saw yet another massive title change as the MFT crew defeated the Wyatt Sicks in a tag team championship bout, becoming the new WWE Tag Team Champions. The ending sequence saw Tama Tonga take out Eric Rowan, distracting Dexter Lumis. Solo Sikoa wasted no time and hit Dexter with Bray Wyatt's lantern. Tama Tonga followed with a cutthroat and pinned him to win the titles, ending the Wyatt Sicks 195-day-plus reign. The Tag Team Championship on Friday Night SmackDown was held by the Wyatt Sicks since July of last year, when they almost cleared the entire WWE division, climbed the ladders quickly, and beat the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford. The division had been stagnant for a long time and needed changes. The Horror Crew dropping the titles to the MFTs has opened doors for new possibilities. The Scary Stable is still in the tag team division and hasn't advanced any further on the blue brand. There may be a strong possibility of them being stuck in the same position, and Triple H may have new plans for them. Therefore, to execute new plans, the Stamford-based promotion had them lose their tag team straps to the MFTs. Solo Sikoa's crew and the Wyatt Sicks have been embroiled in a heated feud for weeks now, and the tensions are over the roof, especially since the MFTs have stolen Bray Wyatt's signature lantern and captured the tag titles. This could lead to Bo Dallas bringing back the Fiend persona and facing the Street Champion at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins' true feelings on the Vision after getting kicked out. WWE star Seth Rollins is irate after being ousted from the Vision. The star founded the stable after WrestleMania 41, alongside the Oracle, Paul Heyman. Rollins suffered a shoulder injury at Crown Jewel last year during his match against Cody Rhodes. The following week on Raw, WWE wrote him off TV with a vicious attack. The Vision members, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, turned on their leader and assaulted him while Heyman watched the whole thing unfold. Rollins took time off to undergo shoulder surgery and is currently on the road to recovery. During a recent interview with GQ, the Visionary said it could be a few more months before he returns to the ring. However, he was unhappy with how things had been going with the Vision. He questioned the idea of adding Logan Paul to the ranks. The star issued a bold warning, claiming that things would be bad for his assailants once he was fit and returned to the company. I mean, look, shoulder surgery, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months. These things are tricky. I will say rehab is going quite well. I've been keeping my eye on Monday Night Raw, watching the Vision. It's not been great. He continued, Logan Paul? Come on. I don't know how it's going to unfold, but I'll tell you this. It's likely not going to be pretty for anybody who's crossed us. Despite the injury, Seth Rollins technically did not lose the World Heavyweight Championship. The star had to be stripped of the title after a vicious attack by the Vision members. Later, CM Punk defeated Jey Uso at Saturday night's main event to win the vacated title. WWE brings Jacob Fatu's prison history into a storyline. WWE showed up in Montreal for their January 23rd episode of SmackDown. This was one day before Saturday night's main event, a show that everyone had on their minds. Cody Rhodes sat down for an interview during SmackDown this week. He didn't want to talk about losing the undisputed world title. He wanted to get right to how he will win the title back. Jacob Fatu ran into the interview, and then the conversation got deep. Cody Rhodes talked about Fatu acting without thinking, which is what he claims happened when Drew McIntyre won the title. Cody also had a very blunt way of saying that, as he brought up Fatu's previous stint in prison. You acting without thinking is what got you locked up in the first place. That's what got you in prison in the first place. Jacob Fatu raised to his feet, and he acknowledged that he was 16 and 18 and got locked down. He didn't know if he had a job in WWE, and he almost got fired before he got hired. He said those choices made him a better man. Before the segment ended, Jacob Fatu made sure that Cody Rhodes knew that he's not any Samoan that he's faced before. They don't make them like me, Fatu said before saying that he's very in control. Only time will tell what happens at Saturday night's main event. The match has no title on the line, but that won't stop Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes from tearing each other apart. Roman Reigns is the 2026 Royal Rumble winner. Roman Reigns has been away from WWE since competing at Survivor Series last year. However, the OTC is all set to make his blockbuster next weekend in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. He will enter the Men's Royal Rumble match as one of its participants, looking to win the marquee contest. The announcement was made on this week's episode of SmackDown. The Tribal Chief has entered the Royal Rumble match several times in his career and certain things remained constant. However, things will be different this year as Roman's road to WrestleMania still looks obscure. Therefore, WWE may use his Royal Rumble presence to build Reigns' upcoming feuds for Elimination Chamber and sow the seeds for his Mania match. Roman Reigns is one of the biggest stars in this industry, and the amount of hype and anticipation fans carry to see him is unparalleled. WWE saves his entrance for the last every year to capitalize on that hype, keeping fans on the edge of their seats until the very end. Well, the WWE Universe can expect the same this year. The OTC can enter the Men's Royal Rumble match in the late 20s and immediately dominate the final stretch. He could eliminate some big names and clear the house right upon his arrival. This would build Reigns' aura as an unstoppable force who returned to reclaim his spot at the top. Royal Rumble is one of those places where you see several confrontations and heated face-offs. There is a good possibility that fans could see one such face-off between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes at the Men's Rumble match. The two superstars have a storied history in WWE that dates back to 2023. Rhodes and Reigns may get locked up in a heated confrontation in the crowded ring at Royal Rumble 2026, where they may exchange blows. WWE could showcase such a moment between them to sow the seeds of a future match between the two bitter rivals that may take place at some point this year. Roman Reigns has an unmatched resume when it comes to deep runs in the Royal Rumble. Out of his 7 career appearances, he has reached the Final Four in 6 of them. History could repeat itself this year. Reigns could deliver an incredible performance and end up in the Final Four of the Men's Royal Rumble match. He is one of the favorites to win the marquee contest this year in Saudi Arabia. Even if the OTC doesn't emerge triumphant, he could go on till the very end of the match. Roman Reigns could stand in the ring on the cusp of victory with 3 other participants as the final 4 survivors in the 2026 Royal Rumble match. Royal Rumble is one of those stages where countless superstars shone over the past few years at the expense of big names like Roman Reigns. While some showed their humongous strength, others made high-profile eliminations. This year could be the same, where Braun Breaker could emerge as a notable name. He could have a heated physical altercation with Reigns in the ring. Breaker could end up eliminating the OTC from the Royal Rumble match, making a bold declaration that he is the big dog in WWE now. This will help the company sow the seeds of a blockbuster match between the two, as Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker is inevitable.